Friends, citizens, veterans, and distinguished guests, today we're gathered here to remember one of the boldest operations of World War II and to pay tribute to those who took part in its undertaking. During Operation Market Garden, the Allies launched one of the most ambitious operations of the entire Second World War. During this operation, thousands of American, British, and Polish paratroopers would land behind German lines to seize a series of bridges across the Netherlands, while British armor would race up north to link up with them and secure a stronghold into the Rhine, hoping to end the war by Christmas of 1944. During this operation, American forces captured bridges in the Dutch cities of Eindhoven and Grave, but at Nijmegen, they faced one of the operation's greatest obstacles, capturing the bridge over the Waal River, which remained firmly in German hands. On September 20th, soldiers of the U.S. 82nd Airborne Division climbed into fragile canvas assault boats and crossed the Waal River in broad daylight under devastating enemy fire. Many never reached the opposite bank, but those who did fought ashore and ended up capturing the northern approaches to the bridge, which allowed it to be captured and for British armor to cross over later that day. Further north in Arnhem, the 1st British Airborne Division, joined by a brigade of Polish paratroopers, fought with extraordinary determination against a stubborn German force which overwhelmed the British and Polish completely. Although the British and Polish paratroopers held on to their positions for days, relief could not arrive in time, and the bridge at Arnhem would forever be known as a bridge too far. Though Operation Market Garden as a whole fell short of its ultimate objective, the courage displayed by the Allied soldiers and the resilience of the Dutch people became one of the defining stories in the liberation of Europe and of World War II. Today we remember those who never returned home, those who carried the scars of battle, both seen and unseen, and those who endured occupation, hunger, and bombardment for the hope of freedom. But remembrance is not merely about looking at our past. It's also about looking forward and looking at the present. Most importantly, it's about understanding what those soldiers who fought, endured, and sometimes perished were really fighting for and fighting against. They were not fighting against the country of Germany, the German people. Rather, they were fighting against an idea that dominated that country during World War II, the idea of authoritarianism, the belief that one nation or one people or one individual has the right to dominate others, and that human dignity can be chosen by the few, and that others can be dehumanized in this pursuit. The soldiers of Market Garden did not cross rivers and fields because they hated Germany or the Germans, but because they loved liberty and despised authoritarianism. And that distinction matters just as much today as it did in 1944. If we look around Nijmegen today, you'll see signs written in German. But these signs are not because the city is occupied, but rather it's due to tourism, to the continued friendship of the German and Dutch people after World War II. You can look at the Waal. Look where once canvas boats carried an American assault across a river, you'll now see cruise ships carrying tourists to enjoy the Dutch countryside. The bridges remain, but their purpose have changed. Instead of armies trying to deny each other access, the bridges are open, and they stand not as barriers, but they instead link a people together. Today, Dutch, British, American, Polish, German, Canadian, French, Belgian, and many other peoples stand together and meet at this ground that once was a battlefield, not as enemies, but as friends and partners, because we've defeated the ideology of authoritarianism, and we've learned that we should not fear each other, but rather welcome each other. We've learned that we're stronger together than apart. And we've learned that instead of promoting ideals in which one nation seeks to dominate others, that instead we become truly our best when we learn to work together. So while we must never forget our history and the battle that once occurred here, we must continue to look forward together as friends and as partners.